Since I established Jackson & Co in 2007, we have developed the business so that we are one of the major providers in the area for residential property sales, lettings, property management and block management. I am proud to lead a great team of people who bring their experience and professionalism to make sure that you get great customer service. Every day we work hard to demonstrate the company values, which are: we provide great traditional customer service. We go the extra mile. Nothing is impossible. We have respect for each other, both landlords and tenants. We have a great work ethic. We are conscientious, honest. We have integrity and we care. We use our initiative to work as a team. Teamwork builds dreams and success. We embrace the opportunity to work with people from across the world. We are proud to stand out from the crowds.
We realise that becoming a tenant can be confusing and stressful. Therefore, we have put this film together to let us help you understand the lettings process and to make sure that becoming one of our tenants is a great experience. We want you to have a positive experience and be clear about what should happen and when during the time that you are renting a property from us. Please look at all the sections that apply to you and ask us about anything relating to your property that you do not understand. Please also let us have your feedback about our customer service, face-to-face, by email, via our website or on Twitter. You can also give us a review on Google or on Rater Agent.
Well, as a landlord, I like Jackson & Co managing the property because they're very reliable. I've never had a problem. Must have had probably, I would think, at least 5 different lets in the time that I've been doing this, and it's always been very good. I trust them because I have some experience of letting property, and very often they take you on board as a person responsible for your property, and that's the end of it. They don't seem to want to be interested beyond that, but I've never found that with Jackson's. And whenever I've telephoned them with a request, they've always responded satisfactorily. I think Jackson & Co are really professional because they clearly show they have a lot of experience, and that's probably the most important thing in any business. I would say they're very professional. They have never let me down anyway. I would definitely recommend Jackson's as a company you could trust to leave your property in their hands, which is quite a big responsibility.
Yeah, so as a tenant, I really enjoying this time, like the property I lived, because every time when I got any problems, like in properties, I can look in the help from you, and then like you guys always solve the question nice and quickly. For example, one time the light in my rooms is just broken, and then it's too high in the roof, so I can't get there, and then I just send the email to them, and they just solving that at the same days. So I was surprised, really. Yeah, I remember the first time I came here, and then they are really like, because my language was not very good, and then they seems like they know what I'm going to say, and then it's like a friend, sometimes we don't really need to like talk in full sentence, but they know what I'm gonna say. That's really make me happy. So yeah, I just came in today about the new property for next year. I'm going to leave, and they just give me the new properties, and we just have a views this morning, and me and my girlfriends are very satisfied about new properties, and we just made new contract this morning, so it's very nice. We just signed the one contract this morning, and I was not understanding one of them, which is the security deposit, and then they just explained to me and saying what is security deposit, and I understand that, and it make me like understand all the contract means, so I'm quite happy about it.
That's good.
I hope you found this section about Jackson & Co and the way we do things interesting. Please let one of our team know if you have any questions or you would like us to help you.
As a tenant, what are the most important things I need to know about when I move into a property?
We want you to have a great moving in experience. When you move in, one of our team will take you through the move-in checklist to make sure you know all the important details. This checklist is a key part of our quality system. You must know all the important details so that you get most of your deposit back at the end of the tenancy agreement when you leave the property. We explain the function of the doors and give you the keys for each door. Please note that you will have to pull the door handle up to be able to lock it in most cases. We ask you to sign a form to show which keys we have given you. We show you the electricity trip switch box and how to use it. If the lights or plugs stop working in your property, you should check the trip switch to see if all the switches are facing the same way. They need to be all facing the same way for you to have electricity. This is the correct way. This is the wrong way. Sometimes the trip switch will turn off the electricity to protect you. This can happen if you plug in a piece of equipment that is faulty or if a light bulb isn't working. If this happens, please unplug any electrical items that you have recently plugged in. Check in case any light bulbs need to be replaced and then reset the trip switch. If this does not work, then please call our property maintenance team and they will help you. We will show you how the hot water system works. Please make sure you know how to work the timer controls. Please note that in most properties the hot water is contained in the water tank and the water will run cold once all the water is used until the next tank full heats up. Therefore, we suggest that you shower for 10 to 15 minutes. Another important point is that none of our properties have wet rooms. This means that you must step into the bath or shower tray before washing. You must not pour water over yourself outside of the bath or shower, or this will cause damage to the property, which you will have to pay for. We will explain how to use the washing machine, the tumble dryer, the dishwasher and the cooker. You must clean the washing machine at the start of each month or it will get blocked and stop working properly. It is important that there is enough air and ventilation getting into the property, especially in winter, or the property will get damp. If the property gets damp, then it can affect your health and may also need maintenance work to be done to repair the damage. The cost of this type of maintenance can be expensive and is likely to be taken from your deposit. Therefore, please use the fans as explained on the posters in the property to avoid too much water vapour in the building. When you go away and leave the property for 3 weeks or more, then you must tell Jackson & Co so that we can check the property regularly and make sure the right level of heating is switched on. We will explain the car parking arrangements and permits required. If you require a parking permit, you must pay a deposit of £50. Your parking permit must be displayed in your car at all times. Jackson & Co will not be responsible for paying any of your car park fines. You must not rent your car park space to someone else. We will explain the location of the bin and rubbish area and tell you about the process and fines which can apply if you don't stick to the regulations. If you do not put rubbish in the right area, you will pay a big fine. You will also pay a fine if you put rubbish on balconies or in shared communal areas. In the UK, it is important that the smoke alarm is working to protect you in case there is a fire in the building. We have checked that this is working today. If the alarm sounds loudly, you must leave the building immediately. If the alarm makes an occasional bleeping sound, it means that the batteries need to be replaced and it is your responsibility to change them. We will explain the utility and broadband providers to you whilst you are having your references checked before you move into the property. If there is an urgent maintenance problem with your property, for example, a leak, flood, no electricity or a gas problem, then please call us as soon as you can to report the problem using the emergency number on your tenancy agreement, and we will respond as soon as we can. For non-urgent issues, for example, a faulty cooker or washing machine, please email us or call us. During the hours of 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m, Monday to Friday, or 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday, and we will get back to you within 24 hours. We will also explain the deposit process to you so this is clear. Please note that before you move into the property, you sign a tenancy agreement. That means that you cannot just move out of the property at any time without telling Jackson & Co. Once we have answered any of your questions, we will ask you to sign to say we have explained things clearly and for your feedback to check that you have had a positive moving in process.
I hope you found this section about Jackson & Co and the way we do things interesting. Please let one of our team know if you have any questions or you would like us to help you.
As a tenant, what do I need to know about the monthly report about the property which are sent to the landlord?
For most of the properties that we rent, we agreed with the landlord that we will come round and check the property each month. We will then write a report which is sent to the landlord so they can see that everything is being kept in good condition. We will contact you to arrange a suitable time to visit the property. You can choose whether you would like to be at the property at the time of the visit or not. We keep a key for each property so we can let ourselves in if you wish. Please make sure the property is clean, neat and tidy and ready for our visit. We will be checking the property for the general condition, maintenance issues, for example ventilation and cleaning. You need to make sure that all the floors are clean and that the carpet has been vacuumed. Please make sure you have a vacuum cleaner. You can buy one of these from the local supermarket. We will also be checking for any action required to be taken, for example to replace anything broken or anything damaged. You must keep all post addressed to the landlord. Please put this in the Jackson & Co box and this will be collected by us when we complete our monthly inspection. We are also checking that there is no evidence of smoking, pets or anyone who appears to be living in the property for more than 2 weeks without our permission. When you are away on holiday, subletting the property to a friend or family member is not allowed.
I hope you found this section about Jackson & Co and the way we do things interesting. Please let one of our team know if you have any questions or you would like us to help you.
As a tenant, what are the most important things I need to know about when I'm getting ready to move out of the property?
When you leave the property, it is important that it is left in a good condition with all bills paid, ready for the next person to move into it. Therefore, at Jackson & Co, we complete a thorough check of the property and complete a check-out report in line with our quality system. At this stage, we are looking to see if there is any damage that you haven't told us about. If there is, then the cost of repairing the damage or replacing any broken items may need to be taken from your deposit. In particular, we will be checking that the property and the furniture are in good condition, that all appliances are switched off and plugs removed from the sockets, that the fridge freezer is defrosted and cleaned, turned off and the doors left open, all food and rubbish is removed from the property, what cleaning will be required before the property is re-let to new people, that doors and windows are locked, the state of the carpet and the flooring, that all keys have been handed back to Jackson & Co, that all water, gas and electricity bills have been paid in full. Please note that cigarette smoke will be classed as damage and the property will need to be repainted. The cost of this will come out of your deposit.
I hope you found this section about Jackson & Co and the way we do things interesting. Please let one of our team know if you have any questions or you would like us to help you.
As a tenant, the way my deposit is managed can seem confusing. What really happens to deposit and when should I get my deposit money back?
I agree that it can seem confusing about what happens to your deposit, although since the 6th of April 2007 there have been strict laws about what should happen to the deposit money. Your deposit money must be put into a UK government authorised tenancy deposit protection scheme, and we must provide you with the proof that we have done this within 30 days of us receiving the deposit money from you. At Jackson & Co we always do this and usually get the proof of deposit protection to you within 5 days of you moving in. This means that you can see that your deposit is protected, and if you are entitled to, you get it back once you have finished renting the property. The deposit scheme that we use at Jackson & Co is My Deposits. When you are at the end of your tenancy and you move out of the property, you must write to us to ask for your deposit back. This can be by email or letter. We cannot give you your deposit back unless you ask for it in writing. Once you have asked for your deposit back in writing, we may make some deductions from the deposit before paying the remainder of the money back to you. If you leave the property in a good condition, then usually we will just deduct an amount for professional cleaning and any damage. We will confirm to you in writing what deductions we have made and the amount of the deposit being returned to you and when you can expect to receive the money into your bank account. The money should be paid back to you within 10 days of your written request. If you leave the property in a bad condition, then we will need to deduct the cost of repairing or replacing any damaged items from your deposit. This is explained in the tenancy agreement that you signed before you moved into the property. In some cases, your deposit may not cover the cost of the damages and you will be asked to pay further money by bank transfer. We hope that you will see that we always act in a way to be fair to our landlords and to our tenants. If for any reason you do not think that we have acted fairly, then you can tell us and we will see if we can explain what we have done and why and sort the issue out. In line with the Data Protection Act, we can only discuss the issue with you, not your friends and family. If you do not agree with what we have done with your deposit money, then you can raise a dispute with My Deposits within 3 months of leaving the property to see if they can help you. You must wait at least 10 days after requesting the deposit back before raising the dispute. You can raise a dispute by visiting the My Deposits website. My Deposits has an alternative dispute resolution service, or the ADR, which can resolve your dispute without you having to go to court. The impartial adjudicator from My Deposits will look at your evidence and the evidence from Jackson & Co and make a decision about how much, if any, of the deposit money which is being disputed should be paid back to you. Once the adjudicator has made their decision, this is binding. Jackson & Co then follow the adjudicator's instructions and pay any deposit money to you within the required timescale. We will give you a copy of the information about deposits once you have moved into the property.
I hope you found this section about Jackson & Co and the way we do things interesting. Please let one of our team know if you have any questions or you would like us to help you.
As a tenant, what do I need to know about the parking conditions to make sure I stay within parking rules and avoid getting any parking fines?
If you have access to a parking permit within your contract, then please make sure the permit is displayed in your car at all times whilst it is parked at the property. It is your responsibility to tell us if you need a car parking permit from Jackson & Co. please do not expect us to know if you have a car. If you have an allocated space, please make sure that you always use this space unless you have got permission to use a space allocated to someone else. You must not sublet your car park space to someone else. Please note that your door number is never the same as your car park space number for security reasons.
I hope you found this section about Jackson & Co and the way we do things interesting. Please let one of our team know if you have any questions or would like us to help you.